To see you soon. We move next here tonight to the governor's new plan to save Floridians billions of dollars on property taxes. Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders joins me live from Tallahassee. Forrest, not all Republicans are actually on board with this.
No, man, this is a who's who of concern over affordability, right? Everybody has got their own opinion here. You've got the House Speaker who wants to do something on sales tax. You've got the governor who wants to do property taxes. And then you got the Senate president who's kind of like, I like both ideas, but I've got some reservations. So we don't really know who's going to come out on top here.
Remember last week, the House Speaker said he wants to cut Florida sales tax permanently by about $5 billion.
Good morning, everybody.
Well, Governor Ron DeSantis had a different idea Monday.
People, one, are not clamoring for sales tax relief. They're clamoring for property tax relief. So there's no property tax relief in that proposal.
He's now proposing a $5 billion rebate on homestead property owners instead. If approved by the legislature, it could save an average household $1,000 on their taxes within the year. And while DeSantis said he'd sign a sales tax cut, the governor wasn't keen on the idea, saying it benefits foreigners more than Floridians.
I want Canadian tourists and Brazilian tourists subsidizing the state and making it so Florida residents pay less taxes. I don't want to give Canadians a tax cut.
In a statement, House Speaker Danny Perez said he welcomes the governor's proposal, but didn't fully endorse the idea, only saying, quote, "There is much work to be done in this area, and we are just getting started."
I agree with the governor. I want to cut property taxes as well.
Last week, Perez said he was open to the idea of a property tax overhaul, but worried it would take too much time and pushed DeSantis to back his plan.
I'd be interested on someone asking the governor if he's against a cut of the sales tax. I'd be surprised if he said anything other than hell yes.
And members of the Florida House seem to be falling in line.
Where should the relief come?
I think that our speaker's on to some great thoughts. It's not something that's covered, of course, by this committee, but certainly would support my speaker.
Even Democrats we've talked with like the sales tax cut in principle, as long as it doesn't axe vital programs someplace else.
The reality is that the governor is just trying to catch headlines. Sure, he can put a plan out there that becomes, a bumper sticker idea that we need to eliminate property taxes. But the reality is that that's intellectually dishonest.
Senate President Ben Albritton weighed in as well, saying he's open-minded to an all-of-the-above approach, but also that anything permanent or reoccurring isn't a great idea. Quote, "Cutting taxes now does little good. They have to be raised 2 years from now to address budget shortfalls."
So, Paul, let me get out the crystal ball and try and predict what happens next. I have no idea. Nobody really does at this point. We keep hearing from the Senate president that they're going to land the plane on this issue of affordability, but we are almost at the midway point of session, if you can believe it, meaning they're running out of time. So we're going to have to wait and see who comes up with the plan to save Floridians some money.